I've been talking about dynamic learning across a number of countries now, and there's some real threads that have come through. People all over the world are worried about the same things. How do I instigate dynamic learning into my curriculum when at the end of the day I'm assessed, and sometimes I'm assessed mainly on knowledge? So how do I do that? And everybody's worried about time, resource, technology going wrong. Using technology is really difficult. As soon as you lift your laptop, it doesn't work. So across the world, I've come across similar problems. Parents wanting education to be what they remembered, the way they remembered it to be, because it's only good if it happens in the style that they can remember when they were a child. And so there's a number of barriers to overcome.
We've had lots of activities where they've been participating and sharing of ideas, and actually at the end of the day really impressed because we asked them, what have you learnt? How are you going to represent dynamic learning? And they got into groups, and obviously you can see that they're working with people they may not necessarily know, but the range and variety of ways in which they represented dynamic learning was actually very insightful. So we asked them, what are you going to take away from this? And I think what most of them seem to say is that it's made us stop and think and reevaluate what we're going to be doing.
We talked about our circles of concern and how we overcome them, because there are some things you can do some things about and some that you can't, but you can take your resources, whatever they are, and not tinker at the edges with your learning, but totally redesign it to make them more dynamic. And what Charles Ledbetter found in the book, and there are really some great illustrations in that book, of schools with all different age groups having looked at the personal, the social, the knowledge and the agency to develop a dynamic approach and still get the exam results.
Dynamic learning means that you have to find a way to change, and change comes within. So you have to find a way to think outside the box and use elements that they will help you develop and find something new, avoid stereotypes, and find methods to show your knowledge, expand your knowledge, and promote that knowledge to other people.
We're more than exam results. We're about making children life ready, world ready, work ready. It's all of those things. And the only way we can do that and help those children be global employees is if we teach in a very different way from the one that we're teaching now, because learning, like everything, needs to evolve.
And these elements, let's say, are elements that the employers would be looking the future, not only the content of knowledge, but also how people will be able to associate with one another in the work environment. And certainly we as educators, we will need to provide all of these soft skills, let's say, to our students so that they will be able to face the challenges of the new realities as they will be in the future.
And what employers are after are these skills that are really important to being creative problem solvers, because they're going to go into work and they're going to have to solve problems, they're going to have to work with people from across the world. And our job as educators is to help them navigate this uncertain future and have the skills to be able to do that and deal, adapt and cope with new learning in new ways, with new products that come on the market, new ideas, new people and new businesses.